Hello, everybody. I'm making this video because I have a few friends who've bought into cryptocurrencies, and what they did was that they bought in low and then they sold high. And they truly do believe in the technology, though, like religiously. But again, they buy in low and then they sell in high. And I was wondering, well, that's interesting. And I'm making this video because I do believe in cryptocurrency as well. I believe in blockchain technology. I do believe that, you know, any kind of crypto that's backed by, you know, whatever ruling entity with a hard asset backing it, like maybe 10, 20% gold or something like that. Anything in general, really, backing a crypto could work. But my main question is that and I'm actually gonna be buying into cryptos, so it doesn't really matter what I personally think. I'm gonna be buying it because I see possibilities of profit. But anyway, with that being said, I'm curious. Um, why would people choose Bitcoin US? Like, why would people choose Bitcoin? And why I'm asking this is because think about it like this. A long time ago, I had a chance to actually get a couple bitcoins because I was getting a refund off an online transaction, and this was back, I don't know, 15 years ago or something. And instead, it could have been taken in money, Dogecoin, or Bitcoin. And I don't know what happened. I don't even know. I think my brother took it and he did something with it, but at the time, that thing was worth like, $20 or something per a couple coins. And so it seems like if you're an early buyer into these cryptocurrencies, then you're a winner. But if you didn't buy in early, then you're a loser. And you can either be a bag holder, left with it, or not. And the thing is that, yes, there's a lot of people who have heard about Bitcoin. There's a lot of people who understand cryptocurrencies to an extent, and there's a lot of people who understand blockchain technology. I don't, but what I'm curious about is why would any of these cryptocurrencies uh, be the global currency? Why would anyone use that? Why would the whole world decide to use any of these cryptos that are currently listed on the on the exchange? I don't know what cryptocurrencies use. But why would any of these cryptocurrencies be the used global currency? It doesn't make any sense because, you could have a lot of millennials and younger people, and you could have a lot of, adults too who buy into it. You could even have people like Robert Kiyosaki who buy into it. You could even have, some big credible names, and, maybe some banks take it and some businesses which bring credibility to it. But if it's not backed by anything, why would anyone buy it, right? Because the price will fluctuate constantly, you know. And then also, what about people who have wealth? What about people who have money? What about people who have assets who don't want to buy into the scheme? Like they're not they're not early buyers, so it wouldn't benefit them. Like what if someone had enough money to buy, I don't know, 1,000 bitcoins, right? And he buys them for like $16,000 each. Well, if he's thinking that's going to hold the value, what if tomorrow it drops down to 10,000? Or what if the next day it drops down to 5,000? Or what if the next day it drops down to 13,000? I'm not really I'm not saying gold and silver are necessarily better, that while they do have real value in a sense. But what I don't understand is that how are you going to convince people with large sums of money to buy into something that doesn't really benefit them, especially when it's so volatile? Because, at least when you buy gold and silver, right, you have a general idea of where it's going to go. It usually always goes up. It correlates a lot with the dollar. And, as we print more money, yes, cryptos will probably go up, but gold is a little bit more consistent. And then also, again, why would you want to buy into? And I'm not defending gold or silver either. But my main question is, why would anyone want to buy a cryptocurrency? Like, especially with the way it is now, it's not backed by anything. and the price could change radically. Like, it's like, let's take a look at Bitcoin, okay? So if you bought here, right, back in July of 2015, 200 for $284, yeah, you're a winner there. And let's just say you have a net worth of $500,000. You buy that at $284,000, then yeah, you're good. And you buy a couple thousands of those with your $500,000 worth of money. But if someone else was to do it at the same time for 10 mil, who had a net worth of 10 million, and he liquidated, bought $10 million worth of Bitcoin, well, yeah, he's gonna be happy too. But why would someone has $10 million buy it at this point? Where it's $13,000, or at this point now, where it's like, I don't know, $16,000, but end up with less Bitcoin than the person down here. It doesn't make any sense, you see? Like, and I know you understand this, but what I'm asking is that how are you going to convince people to buy into Bitcoin? How are you going to convince anyone to buy into these current block into these current cryptocurrencies that are currently out? I do believe in technology. It makes a lot of sense. The whole blockchain technology, it makes a lot of sense. It's really good. And you know what? I do believe in things like gold and silver. I do believe in, trading assets, trading physical things, or trading things with value rather than a paper dollar, for example. But again, how is crypto going to work? How are the current cryptos listed on the market that are tradable going to convince people to, people with wealth to buy into this thing? Because it doesn't seem beneficial to me. Like let's just say I have $600,000, okay? And if I got stuck, and if I couldn't touch it for 15 years, am I gonna buy am I gonna buy a cryptocurrency, one couple of cryptocurrencies, or am I gonna buy gold and silver? In 15 years from now, and if I had $600,000, I'm gonna put it into gold and silver. Why? Not because I particularly like it anymore, but it just seems more reliable. I don't know what's gonna happen to these cryptocurrencies. They're very volatile. You don't know what's gonna happen. They fluctuate in price. I could be buying at the peak. I don't know. It seems to be dropping at this point. I mean, looking at it here. But what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't seem beneficial for me to buy it. Okay? It could be beneficial if you're a trader. It could be beneficial if you're just trying to make a buck. It could be beneficial if you're trying to make a profit. But it doesn't seem like a real store of wealth. And that's my main concern. It doesn't seem that well. Like, I could look at a company instead and invest my money into a company that I see is going to do well. Like, I could look at a company like Apple or Neo or Tesla, or maybe something like Amazon or Alibaba, where I can look at their balance sheets, I can look at their company, I can look at where they're going, and I would even feel more comfortable putting my money into these companies than any of the current cryptocurrencies that I see right here. Because at least I can understand where they're gonna go by going through their quarterly earnings, going through their balance sheets, and going through their annual reports. And it just, again, cryptocurrency just doesn't seem that great to me. But again, look, I've been approved. I will be buying it. I will be trading it. But I don't believe in it. I just don't. I don't, not any of these. Okay, until it's backed by something, until it stops fluctuating so crazily, until you can convince the really wealthy people to buy into it, I'm not convinced. And that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. I may be wrong. I don't know how I could convince people who are wealthy to buy into cryptocurrencies, at least the way they are now. It just doesn't make sense. It's a win. It's a loser deal for them. It doesn't make any sense. I can't convince. I can't go back to San Diego and visit my very wealthy family in San Diego, who I don't associate with too much these days. But I could visit them, for Christmas, and I could discuss crypto. But with what it is now, I can't convince them to buy it. I can't convince any of the neighborhood in La Jolla to buy it, because it's not really worthwhile for them. It doesn't make any sense for them to invest their money into cryptocurrency. It doesn't make any sense for them to use that as a store of wealth. But I understand, like, cryptocurrency is, it's good for what it is. I understand to a small extent of what these current cryptocurrencies can do, but it doesn't really seem beneficial as of right now. And maybe I think it's going to change. It's definitely going to be backed by something. It's definitely going to hold value one day. It's definitely going to be able to work as intended. But until then, I'm not convinced, and I think that's perfectly fine.